Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 11 database concepts. So in the last week we have completed the 10th chapter. So now here we are going to discuss about chapter 11 database concepts. We are going to see the introduction first. So what is mean by database? See, a database means it's an organized collection of data. We are going to collect the data and then we are going to organize. We are going to organize means we are going to arrange the data. Right? So arrange the data, not only arranging the data, generally we used to store the data and access the data electronically from a computer system. See, instead of taking a note and then using the pen, you are writing and storing the data in the notebook. Instead of that, we are going to store the data in the system. So through electronically, we are going to store the data. So you know already, whenever you write the notes in the notebook, so those particular notes or whatever the things you have written in the note, that may be lost. That particular note may be lost, or else after a few years, if you take that particular note, the note may be missing, or else if you have that particular note in a safer manner, if you see the notes whatever you have taken, those notes will not be in a fresh manner. It will not be in a as before. It will not be as before. So somehow the ink will be fade. So like that. So instead of that, we are going to store the data in the systematic manner. So in that, not only the only one benefit, as well as we have a lot of benefits. Whenever we are storing the data, we can modify the data whenever we need. We can delete the data, we can insert the new data. So like that, all the operations can be done. All the modifications, all the changes, whatever we like, we can do. But those changes cannot be applied in a manual manner. Right? So database means it's an organized collection of data generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer system. So not only that, here they are giving another thing. The database, the term database is also used to refer any of the DBMS. DBMS means a database management system. Right? So it is also used to refer DBMS, the database system, or an application associated with the database. So it is not only used to represent the database, the term database is always represents DBMS also, because both the words means the same. Most of the time they used to casually refer, both of them are same, right? So refer to any of the DBMS, that is the database management system. It may be associated with any other application. For example, if you take the 11th standard result, you are just seeing, you are entering your register number, and then you are entering the date of birth, and then whenever you press get marks, right, in the internet, actually you are viewing the application Google Chrome, or else UC browser or Opera. Like that, you are viewing only the browser. But you are entering the register number and date of birth. Whenever you press get marks, automatically your marks are displayed in the browser. How it is possible? Actually, the browser is an application. So it is the front end. Then what about the back end, where the data is stored, where your marks are stored? All of your marks, not only your marks, all over Tamil Nadu, more than 10 lakh students have written the examination. So all of their marks are stored in the database. So each and every student mark is entered in the database, is stored in the database. So we are accessing a particular data from the database. We are accessing a individual student's result. We are accessing from the database through their register number. So the register number is the unique one. Each and every student has the unique register number. Can you understand, students? So that is how the DBMS is an application, the DBMS is associated the database is associated with any other application, right? Most of the time the database will be at the back end. So we used to see only the application alone, right? Because of the close relationship between them, the term database is often, because of the close relationship between them, the term database is often used to casually refer both database and DBMS. Most of the time we used to say that database as DBMS or DBMS as database, right? Then a school class register, for example, we take a attendance register, or else you take a consolidated mark note which is maintained by the class teacher. So that particular register is a database where the names are arranged in an alphabetical manner. You know already the attendance register. The teachers, the class teachers, they used to call the students in an alphabetical manner whenever they used to take the attendance. So that is also considered as a database. So databases have been around since people started recording the things. Here we tend to focus on electronic ones. So whenever they used to record the events, record the things, whatever is happening in and around them, so that forms the database. But now we are not noting down or recording in the manual manner. We are always recording through the systematical manner, right? So now we are focusing on the electronic ones, right? What is mean by data? So again and again we are studying the term data. So 11th standard itself we have studied, and then so data means that is a raw fact stored in the computer which does not give any meaning. The data may contain any character, text or word or a number. It may be anything, right? So it's a raw fact. For example, you take 6 lakhs, right? 600006, right? And then DPI campus. Here we see the word DPI campus. Then SCRT, Chennai. Then College Road. So like that, these are the data, right? Data are the raw facts, unprocessed collection of raw facts, right? Then what about information? What is mean by information? We know very well about information. Information means which is a processed collection of data. Processed collection of data or processed collection of facts. So that gives the complete meaning, right? So that is what here they are given. Information is a formatted data. Information is a formatted data which allows to be utilized in a significant way. So if we take an example, SCRT College Road DPI campus, Chennai 600006. So here we are getting the complete information. So all the words and numbers are combined together. So here the data is processed and it is organized, and then it is giving the correct information, a meaningful information about something. It is giving the meaningful information about something. As you see from the example above, the data appears as a set of words and numbers. So here you can see from this example, the words and numbers are combined together. Is it right or not? So set of words and numbers. However, when the data is processed, organized and formatted, it gives a meaningful information about the SCRT institution contact address. So whenever the data is processed, it is an organized. Organized means just arranging. So whenever the data is processed, arranged and formatted. Formatted means which should come first, right? Which data should come first, and then after the data what is the next one. So whenever these things are done, then automatically it gives the meaningful information. So what is the meaningful information here? It gives the information about SCRT institution. So what is the contact address of SCRT, right? So what is the contact address of SCRT, right? So that is about information. Data means unprocessed one, it's a raw fact, does not give a complete meaning. Whereas information means it's a processed data. It is an organized data, formatted data, which gives complete meaning. Right. Now they are giving the definition about database. So what is database? Database is a repository collection of related data, organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, managed and updated. So here what we are going to do, what is the database? Database means repository collection of. So what is mean by repository? Huge collection of. So repository in the sense, it's a huge collection of related data. So the data should be related to one another. We cannot combine the unrelated data together. We should combine only the related data, and then it should be in an organized way. We want to organize the data, and then whenever we are organizing the data, whenever we are combining the related data, we can easily access the data. We can easily access in the sense we can retrieve, we can view. So managing in the sense create, view, right? Whatever the modifications, some editing also we can do. So easily access, manage and then updated. Can you understand, students? So the database is a repository collection of related data, organized in a way that data can be easily accessed, managed and then updated. Right. Database can be a software or a hardware based. Database can be a software or a hardware based with one sole purpose of storing data. It may be anything. It may be, sometimes it may be a software or sometimes it may be a hardware. But what is the purpose of database? The main purpose of database is to store only the data. Right. I think you might have understood this. Then we can go for what is mean by DBMS. What is mean by DBMS? Database Management System. See, database management system is a software. Database management system is a software that allows us to create, define and manipulate the database, allowing users to store, process and analyze the data easily. So DBMS means a database management system. So here we are going to follow the system. So and then we are going to manage the database. So that's why they have given the name as database management system. Again I repeat. So here we are going to follow a systematic manner, and then we are going to maintain the database. We are going to manage the database through the system. Through one particular system we are going to manage the database. So that's why they used to call it as database management system. So what are all the things we can do with this? It is a software. What we can do with this software? We can create the data. We can define the data. We can edit the data. We can insert the new data. We can modify the existing data. We can delete the existing data. So like that we can do whatever the operations we like. All the operations can be done. At the same time we can analyze the data also. So we can analyze the data and then we can prepare a chart. So from this what is the result? How many students have got pass mark? How many students have got more than 400? Like that we can do whatever we like. So DBMS is a software that allows us to create, define and manipulate the database, allowing users to store, process and analyze the data easily. Then see that DBMS provides us with an interface or a tool to perform the various operations like create a database, storing of data and for updating the data. So that is what we told in the previous point. So using this DBMS we can create a database and then we can store the data in the database and then we can update the data. We can do some changes. For example, a physics teacher is giving a paper to the concerned students. So after giving the paper, the students will go for some corrections. So before giving the paper or before giving the paper, the physics teacher may give the mark sheet to the class teacher. After giving the paper, the students have some corrections. So what the subject teacher will do, again get the mark sheet, and then again some corrections are there in the physics mark sheet. Again he or she will go for corrections in the mark sheet. So like that, after storing the data, if you want to do some updation in the data, we can do. So this is done with the help of the DBMS software. So it is an interface, right, in between the user and the database. DBMS is a interface between the user and the database, right. DBMS also provides a protection and security to the database. So the database will be well secured with the help of DBMS software. So it gives a security. So how we used to lock our phone through password or through pattern. So like that we can secure our database, and then we can protect the database from unauthorized people. So unauthorized people means those who are not related to the database, they cannot access, right. So it also maintains the data consistency in case of multiple users. So more than one user is accessing the data. So all those users are accessing the data, so they can use the data, they can access the data. There is no problem at all. For example, you take a simple example. Most of them you are downloading the songs and then some films, Tamil songs or Tamil movies from the internet. So all of them, they are using one particular website. It may be any website, whatever you like. For example, Tamil Yogi or Tamil Rockers. Like that, most of them you are downloading the songs and movies from that website. Not only you, all over the Tamil Nadu or all over the India, many of them, they are accessing the particular website, and then they are downloading the songs and movies. So everybody can access. There is no problem at all. Everybody can access the particular film, and then they are downloading. So that is what they used to call it as data consistency, right. So this is done with the help of DBMS software, right. I think you might have understood this class. So thank you, students.